about the physical limitations around whenever these swings happen? So, for example, if there's a big weather event and, or for example, like I mentioned earlier, there's a price depression event where there's a maintenance event or something happens and prices crater. Is it ever an issue where you've got too many customers saying, I want to inject or I want to buy gas and store it, or too many customers saying, I want to withdraw? Or does the capacity, do you have enough compression and things like that to be able to basically meet as much as you would need? Am I hitting it on anything there? Does that ever
Yeah,
happen in
yeah,
terms
yeah.
of?
No, you are. I mean, so when you construct your portfolio of, firm and all the other various interruptible type services, you're building that customer stack and your obligations to serve that based on your physical abilities, your
Mhm.
capabilities. And so there's a lot of art and science that goes into um, how do you optimize that without overselling.
Right.
If you were to oversell it, it could be very expensive to the customer. I mean, to the operator.
Do they want like performance language typically? I'm more familiar with midstream operations. And I think one of the major challenges with midstream is that you are expected to build to the peak. And what I mean by that is that operators want you to have enough capacity to where whenever, they bring on a pad or whenever things are blowing and going, you can hit that peak need for capacity. But then as we know, things decline in midstream. And so you have to balance it between I got to build enough to meet the demand for whenever the volumes are high, but I don't want to have it overbuilt for when the volumes are lower. And you do things like performance guarantees. If the producer has a good midstream contract, they get guarantees around pressure, they get guarantees around flow rate, things like that. You get things like reserve capacity. You have language like clawbacks, for example. If someone's not using that capacity, you can maybe claw it back. I mean, are these similar types of structures that you see in these storage deals?
I'd say that, I mean, you definitely have standard language in a tariff on obligate rights and obligations for the customer and the storage operator. Um, I think where it's different than like a gathering and processing asset is for a gathering and processing asset, you're building to the peak of what the producer thinks they're going to do.
Yeah.
And they may do that, they may not do that, they may do more than that. And then it's going to decline. For a gas storage business, you're building it to what the market says it's willing to contract for on an ongoing basis. And so you're going to build to, whether it's all the above, maximum withdrawal capacity, um, injection capacity, storage capacity. You're going to build to meet that firm contracted demand. And you will be able to serve that demand.
Right.
Um, Notwithstanding a force majeure event of some kind. Um, so, unlike a GMP asset, this is really a volatility engine. I mean, this is all it really is for, is to serve those peak needs. I mean, that's what we exist for. When everything, hits the fan,
Right.
everybody turns on, you have to be able to serve that peak need. And then a lot of times, most of the time, that's not happening. And you're looking for ways to fill that capacity with people that see shorter term opportunities.